What's up, guys? How's it going?
Are you Mr. Trickle?
I wish.
It's Matt Dusenberry?
Matt Dusenberry, yeah.
I remembered. Dusenberg or Dusenberry?
Dusenberry.
Dusenberry.
Yeah. So I'm with the publisher Dusenberry Martinn Racing, and we've been, we're a new publisher. We were founded in January of 2015, and we're 100% focused on NASCAR games. So this game has been in development since January 1st of last year, and we're excited to get it out to the market.
And the release date is September 13th?
Correct, yeah, September 13th of this year. So
nice.
We announced the game on May 20th at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and we partnered with Toyota for this really cool competition where the highest finishing Toyota driver would actually be on our cover. So in the All-Star race, Carl Edwards finished 4th, and that's why you're sitting here with an Eris hat right now. So Eris and Toyota on the cover, and we're really excited about it. It's brand new, it's built from the ground up. We're really trying to incorporate a lot of the personalities and get the drivers back in the game. That's what NASCAR fans really like. They like to have an association with their drivers, so putting that in.
Nice. So is there going to be, like, what's different of the quick race and the career mode?
Yeah, so quick race is really, we want to get people a disc in the tray and get people on track as fast as possible with quick race. And in past versions of the game, it might take several minutes to load, and there's so many different options. So quick race is really just like, get me on the track now. Championship, you can run a full season in the, a car of your choice, your favorite driver, and then career is really like the deepest mode of the game, where you start in underfunded equipment and have to work your way up the pack in the track. Sponsors and fans, reinvest in resource management, go build things. So
nice.
There's a lot of cool people.
So there's a lot more to it than just racing.
Absolutely, yeah. It's all about, the NASCAR industry is really complex. There's a lot of different layers to it. We're really trying to put all those different aspects of the sport.
So career mode is going to be where the main attraction to the game is going to be, you'd say?
Yeah, I would say for a hardcore NASCAR fan that really appreciates the sport and what it takes to get to the top, and a hardcore gamer as well that really wants to put the time in, career mode is where it's at. And I'd say quick race mode is fun if you want to pick up and get to the track.
Nice. Let's see if there's some questions here. Gotta look over here for questions.
Yeah.
Tuning settings. Information on tuning settings.
Yeah, tuning settings. So we're in quick race mode right now, what you guys are just running. And so in quick race, you don't tune, you just get to the track. But in championship and career mode, you can go into the garage and do a full detailed breakdown of your car, adjusting all the different track bars, air pressures, all the different components that adjust this car.
Nice.
So you can put a lot of time into it to really pick up some speed if you're willing to put the time in to practice and adjusting your setup.
Let's see.
Yeah, K&N West drivers. So that's a great question. Right now, NASCAR Heat Evolution is focused on the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. And this is the first game within a franchise. So we really wanted to put great gameplay components into this year. So we're focusing on the Sprint Cup Series, but definitely have our eye on other series to build out all the different parts of the sport going forward as well.
Nice.
Who else has some questions?
Will there be a collector's edition?
Collector's edition. Right now, we're just going to have our primary product, which will be available on the Xbox Store, PlayStation, and all major mass market retailers as well.
I actually did notice when I went into pit road, there was track bar settings. There was a couple of settings that I was able to change in pit road.
Yeah, in quick race when you pit, you can adjust basically what an actual crew chief would have the option to adjust during a pit stop. There are minor adjustments you can make, but if you really want to make wholesale changes on your race car, in the garage is where you can do that.
All right. And let's see where you choose the next one here.
Yeah, sure.
This is a good one.
Yeah, I would. This build is it's in the middle stages, so there's definitely a lot of polish and stuff that we're trying to put on it. But one of the most exciting parts of this is pretty far along is the dynamic artificial intelligence. So as you race and you establish your speed rating, basically the field is going to adapt to you. So we went out and hired Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Ben Kennedy, and Matt Tibbs, who are real NASCAR drivers. And they're not brand ambassadors, they're actually part of our development team.
Nice.
So they come into our office regularly and work with our engineers and artists, and they tell us what's wrong, what's right, what we can improve, what we can do better, and how to make it as real as possible from their point of view. So, we have all these developers that are great at what they do, but how do we really get that realism in? You got to hire NASCAR drivers to be part of the development process. So that's really something that separates us apart from previous.
I got a question.
Sure.
I'm really into racing games, but I only play them with the racing wheel setup. Is this going to have wheel support?
Absolutely, yeah,
Okay,
no doubt
good.
about it. I'm a hardcore sim racer. I've been sim racing since I was 12 years old. Absolutely, we developed the game for the mass market, so controllers are definitely important for people that haven't made that extra investment in the wheel. But for people like myself who like to race in simulation mode, it's going to be wheel compatible. That's super important.
And will all the top manufacturers be supported?
Absolutely,
Awesome.
absolutely.
Let's see here.
Choose your pit stall. So actually, in every race, you're going to be in pit stall 1, and that's strategically done by our developers so that as you pit, you'd have the proper amount of time to make the decisions. Because if you pick pit stall 40, you would pit and then have to make a decision within about 2 seconds, and then you'd be in the pit stall.
Otherwise, so you can adjust what you're going to change in the pit on your way to the pit.
Exactly. Yeah. Once you enter pit road, that's when you start making those decisions.
What about online?
Yeah, online we're still developing our multiplayer. Multiplayer will definitely be in the game, and we're determining how many people we're gonna.
So you're not sure exactly yet how many it's going to support?
Not sure exactly, but it's certainly an important feature. And the sim racing community is so strong, and it's going to be really important to deliver a great multiplayer product for sim racers.
Awesome.
Alcohol sponsors, yeah. So we're really fortunate to work with Miller Coors and their Miller Lite brand and Brad Keselowski. And if through an age gate, if you enter your age and you're over 21 years old, you can actually unlock the Miller Lite paint scheme in game.
So if you don't enter your age, you can't drive the Miller
Correct.
Lite
Yeah.
car.
If you're under 21 years old, you can't drive the Miller Lite car. There's a
Interesting.
kid-friendly version of the car. And it's the same if you go out in the merchandise area and you're underage, you buy a kid version of Brad's car. So
What do they call it?
the kid-friendly version is the
kid-friendly
technical
version.
name. Yeah.
That'd be my car. So that's cool for them.
Yeah,
How big is the DMI studio? Small group? Is it a big group?
it's a big group and it's growing. So we started. Tom Dusenberry and Ed Martinn founded the company in January 2015, and from there we've grown. We have about 25 on our development team and about 20 on our publishing team. So pretty big company. We're all focused on NASCAR games. That's all we want to do.
And is the publisher and the developer the same, or is it two different?
It's so
Different,
Monster Games is our developer.
Okay.
And we have an exclusive relationship with Monster Games, and we're super excited to have these guys working on NASCAR Heat Evolution. They were the developers behind the original NASCAR Heat game, and they also made Dirt to Daytona, which some of you may have played on PlayStation 2, one of my favorite racing games of all time. They really nailed the career mode where you could go from a dirt track racer to a Sprint Cup Series champion. So to have those guys back, and it's the same core group of developers.
Nice.
The future, we're just really excited about what's to come.
What racing wheel do you use?
I like, I have in the office, I have a Thrustmaster, I have a Logitech, I use a G27.
G27. Nice. We've got a Thrustmaster ourselves.
Yeah, they're great guys.
Let's see here.
Dirt to Daytona is great. I agree.
Was the original NASCAR Heat game, was that the one that people are talking about in 2004?
Yeah, so the original NASCAR Heat was actually out in 2000.
2000.
Yeah, and then NASCAR Heat 2002 came out, and then Dirt to Daytona, I think, was in that 03, 04 time frame. But
Nice.
I know people who still own PlayStation 2s just to play that game, so it's got some longevity. Yeah, we're actually going to we're getting ready to head down.
We're gonna do the tour.
Yeah, we're going to head
Oh,
down.
boy.
to pit road, and we're going to take you guys to driver introductions so you can meet some of our drivers that have actually put their hand in developing this game.
Awesome.
And
We'll throw all that up on YouTube too.
yeah, absolutely. We can watch on YouTube,
Wherever
and
we can record.
everyone else can tune into NBC Sports Network and watch the Xfinity Series race tonight, and we'll be up here watching as well.
Maybe you'll see me in the background. All right, guys. Well, thank you all for watching. And if you were wondering where Division's been, it's going to be back. Ezekiel will be resuming very shortly here. Special thanks to everyone here. You guys are awesome. To the Aris guys, to the DMI Heat,
Dusenberry Martinn Racing, NASCAR Heat Evolution. Pre-order your copy now on NASCARheat.com, and it'll be out on September 13th.